What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got a cool little install for you guys. We're going to be upgrading the interior here. As you can probably see by the thumbnail of this video, we're going to be doing a shift boot install. I've got myself the Hybridracing Alcantara in red shift boot right here. Very excited about this. I think this is going to go great. Matches up with the seats. I'll take it out of the plastic later, but it's pretty much spot on with the seats. So that's nice. Gonna break this up a little bit. You know, now that I got the carbon fiber here, I think the red here in the center is gonna look really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out. I've also got this little guy from Acuity. This is their little shift boot charms. I got myself the 5 horsepower adder right there, and then this is just a little ring that it goes onto. So this ring is gonna go around the shift boot here on the top between the knob and the shift boot, and it's kind of like a little ring that sticks out and gives you a little place to hook up the little tag to. So I'm gonna do that real quick, show you guys how it's done. Pretty simple. To remove this all pops out. So I got my plastic pry tool here so I can pop things around the edges without messing anything up. Got my 14mm here. This is what we're going to use to get the nut off of the bottom of the knob, so we can take the knob off. And I got myself a small little baggie here of zip ties, because if you don't know, the boot is held onto this chrome piece here that's plastic by a zip tie from the inside, and I need to reuse that little chrome part there on the new boot. So I'm gonna have to cut off the zip tie that's already on here from the factory, so I can move this chrome piece over to the new boot. So I got myself more little zip ties so I can put it back on. And that's about it. Little pair of scissors here that I got to cut the zip tie, and that's pretty much all you need. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the install and show you guys how I do it. Alright, now real quick, this I've already taken off before when I undid my whole center console to put in the Hybridracing short shifter. If you guys don't know, I do have that in here. So this has gotten loose over time for me putting it on and off. And like I said, this is plastic. There are 2 tabs, one on each side, that kind of hold it in place on the nut here. And at first I had to turn this around a little bit here and kind of pull back the shift boot and then stick something in there small that'll get you to pry out the plastic piece. That's one way to do it. Some people were taking off this whole thing, lifting it up and trying to undo it from the inside. Mine's gotten loose though, so now I just, at the front here and the back, just kind of squeeze it. Since it's plastic, squeeze it together and pull down, and it pops down. And I'll show you guys what the clips looks like when we turn this around. But mine kind of goes down there like that easily now, so I'm able to do that. And then I go ahead, of course, get my 14mm here and undo the knob. And set that off to the side. And then you want to take the nut completely off all the way so the boot can come through. Put that somewhere you're not going to lose it. Actually, I might put the knob over here too. Now this will come out easily. Next thing you got to do is pry out this part. So I started the edges here in the back. Stick my pry tool in there. Kind of help get it up a little bit. And then with my hands, just kind of lift. There we go. Now this whole thing can just unclip straight up. Now you do have plugs under here, obviously, for the buttons. So just kind of look down there and undo those. That one. And then there's one back here. Come on, there we go. Alright, so after you undo the two clips, this white one here and the gray one in the back, this thing does hold it in place and it kind of clips into right over here. So just kind of lift this up as much as you can. Be careful. Just try to pull this out of there. Squeeze it out. And that's it. The whole thing comes apart. Now to get the boot off, there's going to be a few Phillips heads. So you got these two up here, these two down here. And then this whole thing should just unclip. So let me go ahead, undo those 4 screws and then see how it pops off. Alright, so pretty simple. After you take off those 4 screws, I was looking around there for a minute, and you just pull it, the whole thing out from the inside. So I started this corner here and just kind of pulled it down, and then the whole boot just starts coming out. And there you go. You got the whole piece. This is a good time to come in here, kind of clean around the edges. There's dirt and stuff. Always gets caught in there, especially if you drive with the windows down. Clean that off good in a bit. Set that off to the side. And then now we got this guy. So we got to get this boot off of here because we need to put the new boot on the plastic piece. And as you can see here, it's got staples on it. So that's how this one's held in. The new Hybridracing one is cool. You don't have to worry about, finding your own staples or whatnot. It does bring these little clips, which actually, let me go ahead and open it now. Show you guys real quick. I haven't even gotten a close look at it myself. Let's see if I can open it. Okay. So these are the little clips that it comes with. So there you go. Hopefully this is getting focused on. But it looks like a cool little clip. So it looks like it'll be like the OEM one, wrapping the edges around the plastic piece. Just instead of stapling it, I could just push this clip into it. Let's see. Yeah, and then it'll grip it nicely, just push the clip in. Alright guys, so just for reference, I'm using this really small flathead screwdriver to take the staples out. You use whatever you can. What I'm doing is just kind of prying back here behind the staples, trying to get them lifted up, basically to straighten them out. So I got that one straightened out. And just take your time with this. You don't want to mess it up. You definitely don't want to break the plastic, because then you won't have anything to clip your new boot into. But after I get them straight like that, then I'll come to the side over here and kind of pry it out. And again, just be careful with this. As you can see, it's not the easiest thing to get up under there, but you can get it. Basically, once you get one end out, you can just pull it, take out the staple, and just do that a bunch more times all the way around this thing. I just wanted to show you guys real quick how I took them out. Alright, got the OEM boot off the plastic. This is pretty cool. The separation between each one of these little flaps is in a different location. As you can tell here, these two are farther apart than these two. And then same with the top. You got these two real close to each other. And then at the bottom, they're more spread apart. And it's the same thing with the Hybridracing one. They did space them out the same because obviously they have to, so that they can be put on the clips here properly. Because the clips are also, you got the wide ones here and the more together ones over here. Same thing with the bottom, more farther apart, closer together. So there is definitely a front and back side of this, so you can't really confuse it, because if you put it one way and it's the wrong way, it's just not gonna line up with the plastic tabs here on the plastic piece. So pretty cool. so you know which side's gonna be front and back and whatnot. But real quick, let me show you guys the back of this, the little chrome piece I was talking about earlier with the zip tie. If you turn it inside out, there you go, you can see got a nice little zip tie here. That's what holds the boot to the chrome piece. So I gotta cut that off, put the chrome piece on the new boot, and zip tie it again so it'll hold it, and then just push it through and it'll look nice like that. So I'm gonna go ahead, transfer this guy over. I don't think you guys need to see that. It's literally just cut the zip tie, move it over, put a new zip tie on, and that's it. That'll be pretty simple. And then I'll go ahead and put the tabs of the new boot onto the plastic piece here, and then I'll show you guys the little clips that this came with and how it gets put on. It's pretty simple. Alright, so I wanted to try this out just to see if it would work. I don't know if you guys know, but on some zip ties, if you pry them the right way, you can actually undo them and pull them off without breaking them. And I actually got the OEM one to come off without having to cut it, so which is pretty cool. It was a very tight fit as far as how much goes into the hook area, but I undid it, and I'm gonna see if I can put it on the new shift boot, which obviously I don't see why it wouldn't work. Just got to be able to squeeze it on there tight enough, you know, like this one, put it on here and then squeeze it in. But it should work, and if it does, that'll be nice, because then that means that you don't have to worry about getting yourself a set of zip ties. Although pretty much everybody and their mother has some zip ties in their house. They don't necessarily have to be this small either. You can get a bigger one, normal size, and then obviously cut it to size. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this one out and see if it'll stay. Alright guys, so I've got the boot on the little chrome plastic piece here. As you can see, it does take a bit of basically working it into it, because the boot hole here is kind of a bit smaller than the OEM one, the opening, but it does fit. Just be careful with it that you don't tear it or anything, and just, you know, it is stretchy, so it did get it over. As you can see, obviously I got it on mine. That is the OEM piece, you know, but it was a little bit difficult to get it nice and flat and all the way up to the edge, which you want to do so the zip tie can get on there and, you know, have something good to bite onto. But I've got it on there, and let's see if I can get the OEM zip tie on again. If not, like I said, no big deal. I've got a couple other ones there. So I want to get this as far down as I can onto the boot, and then squeeze it as much as I can, and then let's see if it'll go in here. Oh, you guys hear that? Watch. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but it did tighten up. You can hear the little clicks that the zip ties have when you pull them. And yeah, it's on there. Sweet. So I got it on there nice and tight with the OEM zip tie. Again, you don't have to cut it off apparently if you take it off the proper way, which I used, again, the small little flathead screwdriver just to kind of work around there and kind of pry it off without breaking it, and it came undone just fine. I was able to use it again. Now we can push this through. There we go. And have a nice, beautiful OEM look, just in red. There you go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and work on passing all these little tabs through the plastic piece and then clipping them on, and then we'll be good to go. It's just a matter of popping it all back in. Alright guys, so I got the boot on the plastic piece here, and as you can see, it's pretty simple. Just kind of overlap all the little, you know, parts of red, overlap over the plastic, and then just push the clip in, and that's pretty much it. Holds it there in place, nice and snug. That's how I did it. And now all I gotta do is just pop it back, onto the big plastic piece and then put it down all together. Alright guys, so I got the center console piece part here all clipped in, so it's nice, good to go. Now the next thing is to put on the knob, but before the knob I gotta go ahead and put on my little cutie charm and charm holder ring. You can see this guy here. Be careful with this because it is fragile. It does bend easily. It won't, so be careful with it. But if you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little slit here, and you're just gonna pass your little ring through there. You're gonna to where the curve down is like that. Basically, that's how you want to put it onto the knob there. Not like this facing up. You want it facing down. And then, of course, take your little charm. Make sure you're facing it the right way. But just kind of stick it in through there, to the side. There we go. Get it on there. That's awesome. I love it. So then what you do is, alright, so nut first, then the ring. Because you need this part to clip onto the nut. So nut down first, then put in your little charm. Just put in the knob first so it can all be nice and aligned. Okay. Alright, my knob looks good there. Let's go ahead, take the 14. Tighten it up. Alright, knob is nice and tight. I can go ahead and just push this up. Let me make sure I got this where I want it. Yeah, right there. It looks like a good spot. I just go ahead, click that up into place. And there you go, guys. That is how you install the Hybridracing Alcantara red boot. And now you know how to do any boot. If you want to change it to the black one, red one, whatever else you might get from anybody else. But that's how you install it. And along with the little charm here from a cutie. I did get the little charms from Unity Performance. Shout out to them over there. They sent that out to me pretty darn fast too. Got it to them. I do believe I got this on, they were on sale when I got them. I don't know if they're still on sale now, but it was a couple $dollars off. So that was nice. And I got the boot also from Unity Performance. Just because they, I just wanted to order it all together at once from the same place so I can get it all shipped here at the same time. I believe Hybridracing had the same price. If not, it was probably more because Unity Performance does do little discounts on their items. So, yeah, this thing looks good. Knob's in a good place. I freaking love it, man. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to install the shift boot. If you did, please give the video a big thumbs up. Until next time, guys, take care and have a great day.